The Hilton sale is on. Now through September 29th, you can save up to 20% on stays this fall and beyond. Long weekends, last-minute getaways, holiday gatherings. There's a Hilton stay for all of them. More moments, more experiences, more destinations. Now 20% off for a limited time because it matters where you stay. Don't wait. Book by September 29th and save up to 20% at Hilton.com. Terms apply. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Kayfabe Podcast. Have no fear because your councilman is here, along with the greatest trio on the internet right now, the People's Nightmare, or Dion, as he just goes by now.
Oh, Dion. The government's up there.
Is here wrestling with Honey. We are here, episode 49, and we have a lot to talk about today. Of course, you know we always going to get into the Smackdown preview. We got some trending news. AJ Styles retiring?
Nope, I don't believe it. It better not happen.
No way.
Interesting news, man. Interesting news that we are going to discuss. Also, we're going to do a quick Wrestlepalooza recap. We got a couple of fantasy bookings and an original segment of Blasphemy that we are going to jump into. But we're going to get in there real quick with SmackDown because the Smackdown preview, a little thin, man. All we really have scheduled for is the triple threat match that was originally supposed to be on the Wrestlepalooza card, but was moved to this Friday. My client, Miss Tiffy Time herself, Tiffany Stratton, will be defending her WWE Women's Championship against Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. So, what I would like to know is, with this match illuminating in Orlando, Florida, I want to get y'all a quick take. Who walks away with the belt? Dion, let's start with you, and then we'll roll into Honey, and that'll roll into Honey's Honey Pot predictions.
Well, seeing how they made a triple threat, because at first it started off as a singles, right? With just Tiffany and Jade.
Well, no, they had their match. They had their match.
Oh, they had that. That's right. That's how we got to this. So I still think Tiffany retains out of this, man. I don't know if you pull that trigger now and you can get away with it by having Nia and Jade go into a feud against each other, perhaps after this. So yeah, let Tiffany, because Jade needs a good rivalry after the Naomi stuff. That's all she's pretty much had. So yeah, let's use this to sort of make that match, and then we'll have Tiffany retain and head on what's the next one? Survivor Series? So no. Yeah, Perth. It's a long day, man. Whatever the next pay-per-views are, she'll still be champion.
Perth.
No, you said Perth there, Chris.
Yeah. So she'll still be champion. But it just to sort of give Jade and Nia something to do too. So that's gonna be pretty dope.
Gotcha. To answer both a question, never nervous about any of this stuff. And we do know that the winner will face Stephanie Vaquer, the new Women's World Champion. We'll get into that in a little bit. At Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Championship. But we want to go ahead and move it on to Honey. Honey, your prediction on who's going to win this match, and then your 3 Honey Pot predictions for SmackDown, because we don't know what's going on. This is it.
Yeah, it's been quite unpredictable in a lot of cases. However, in regards to this triple threat match, I'm not entirely worried because I think everybody knows what time SmackDown runs on, and that's Tiffy time. And I think it would be an absolute gem of a match to see her versus La Primera, newly crowned Women's World Champion, one-on-one for Crown Jewel Perth. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think it does make sense, and I will piggyback off of what you said, Dion, about Jade and Nia, being that, when Jade first appeared in the Rumble, Nia was one of the first few she had, as far as like a face off with initially. So their history does go back a couple years, and that would be a more sensible route to give Jade more of that push. You know what I mean? And Nia is definitely in a prime all in her own. She's a former women's champion, former queen of the ring and such, so her resume speaks for herself on how much she has improved throughout the years. So what better way to do that than helping out Jade Cargill and, giving us a good rivalry for the books. So I would like that. And 3 honey pot prediction moments. Well, I did say last week that Aleister Black was going to Black Mass Damian Priest. However, that did not happen. But I do think that we're going to see a little bit more of what's going on with their story as well. I feel like we're going to get down to the nitty gritty finally where they are face to face, Aleister Black playing mind games and such. I'm really interested in the Street Profits. And, with Bo Dallas appearing and, giving his peace of mind with what's going on between them and the attack based on last week. And let's see, where's the United States Women's Champion at? That's all I want to know. Like, where's she at? Where's this title at? What are we doing here? That's what I want to know. I got questions, more so than predictions lately.
Okay. Hey, man, and those questions do need to be answered, and hopefully they do get answered this Friday on this edition of SmackDown. Make sure that you tune in. It's coming live from Orlando, Florida, and there's no reason for you to watch it alone. Why don't you check out the Honey Night SmackDown over on Women's Wrestling Talk, beginning at the top of the hour of SmackDown. Sit with the community, sit with Honey, catch her reactions, join in on the discussion, and then also right after that, it winds into WWT Live. So you don't want to miss any of the action going down this Friday. But I want to now jump into this past weekend, Wrestlepalooza, the first exclusive ESPN PLE by the WWE happened this weekend. And judging by how Dion is shaking his head, and Honey has hers lowered, I think we all got the same feel of it. Mid-city. Mid-fucking-city.
For a first show, this was like, you could sort of feel how the night was going to go after the first match. And we'll get into it, but I felt like where we were going to, like nothing was going to happen. Like nothing great was going to happen from this or come from this, really.
Yeah. This is really one of those first times that, hey, AEW beat y'all. AEW should have stayed on at the same time as them.
They really should have.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Kyle Fletcher Hangman match happened the exact same time John Cena and Brock was on. And I watched the Kyle Fletcher Hangman match.
Mm-hmm.
Like they like, again, a lot of matches on that card, but none of them missed as opposed to this PLE. But let's get into it. I just want to give what we'll do about this. We won't have a full recap discussion because we do got a lot to discuss. And again, we want to stay under our time that we were trying to say dedicated to our time. And
We've been good.
Yes. So what I'm going to give for these matches, what we will do is I want y'all to give your grade on this match. 2 things you liked about it, 2 things you didn't that you thought could have been better about the match. And that's how we'll move with that one. So let's jump right into the first one. The open.
Just rip the Band-Aid right off. Let's just do it.
Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. John Cena is on the sunset of his retirement tour, and John Cena, in a shocking fashion, or not shocking, lost to Brock Lesnar in under 8 minutes to multiple F5s. So, Dion, just the bewilderedness on your face, and the fact when he does this, you could just tell he's done.
At that point, yeah.
What grade would you give this match?
I'm giving it an F. I hated this thing. I hated it. Like, hated it. I hated it. It was.
Hated it.
This
Shout out to Louis.
Like, I don't know what we're doing with Brock. I don't know how much longer he's going to be around, but he's had more matches. Well, there's more matches behind him than ahead of him too. So, best thing about it, I mean, Cena's shirt was amazing. He came out with kids. That was even great. Worst thing, Brock won. The second best. One bad thing and one good thing. Was that it? Or 2 and 2?
Oh, however you want to go. Just grade and then what you thought about the match.
One more bad thing. Yeah, Cena lost. Like, that was that. It shouldn't have happened like this. I don't feel like it should have. If anything, let like Cena go out on his shield, and you have a really good long match, like a banger of a match, and he's defeated that way. But don't just squash him like he did at SummerSlam, man. That was about it. That was about the same match. And it was just disappointing, especially for the first match in ESPN history to do that, for Wrestlepalooza, for this to be the one. This is a trivia question. This is a terrible one to start off on. And I remember watching this and I was like, the rest of the night's not going to go that well. Like it just, maybe I set myself up for disappointment after that, but hell, they made it. Yeah, they made it work. But yeah, they made it work. They made it work for it to be the worst show that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah. Now, honey, following the loss to John Cena, we also saw Paul Heyman come out to introduce Brock Lesnar. And one thing that he had to say about this on the WWE Wrestlepalooza post show, he stated that, "I've said it the night Brock Lesnar conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar is not here to put smiles on people's faces. Brock Lesnar is here to put tears in the eyes of children." With knowing that now, how do you grade this match and your thoughts?
I mean, I get it, Paul. I get what you're selling. However, I am going to give this match also an F in my eyes, because I basically was given all this hype about this match, about this rivalry. You know, I was there at SummerSlam when that crowd completely went apeshit when this man's music hit, because nobody believed it would happen, and it did happen. And you know, at least make the match, you know, even out. Like, you know, you don't want a complete blowout. You know, this guy was getting F5'd all over the place, no knuckle shuffle, just 3 attitude adjustments, and just literally getting beat down like an old dog. And I don't want to remember John Cena and Brock Lesnar's last match this way. Like, I wanted to see Super Cena come out and do his thing. You know what I mean? And overcome adversity. You know what I mean? Like, what we've been past the point of him losing the title. Why are we going to bring him down this road in his retirement, like towards the end of it? And why Brock Lesnar in the first place? Why? Just so you can have a good payout? You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty much like, you know, pretty much I already knew and felt something wrong about this match once they had announced that it was going to kick off the show. Because and Pat, you said it to me too. They like, Brock Lesnar is going to walk in there and do his business and leave, one and done. He's not, and he was right. He's not leaving. It was just hard to believe that he couldn't lose at first, but I'm just like, there's no way at this point. There's no way. But I'm not sure why they came up with this decision. I'm not sure. I'm seeing on the internet that, and you know, on socials and stuff like that, there's different reports saying that Triple H made that decision last minute, and I don't know, but
yeah, some are even saying that Cena made the decision too. Like, some of the rumors,
I mean,
saying that it was his choice too.
I mean, hey, say whatever you can, but either way, it doesn't shy away from the fact that the match was not up to par the way we wanted it to be, the way they know the people wanted it. You know what I mean? The only good thing about it was the kids and the entrance, because that damn near made me cry. And I'm like, y'all can't do this. Like, there's no way. I'm like, Cena coming out with the kids and the mini Cenas instead of the older Cenas that he had years ago, like all the clones and stuff like that. Now he has the little ones. I'm like, oh nah, he's winning. I'm like, Cena is definitely winning. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. And I would say that's
back. Sorry,
that's the only good thing about that match. And you know, Paul Heyman introducing Brock Lesnar was nice to hear. That's about it, man. That's pretty much how I feel about that match.
And we went through everything to get this Cena back, and that's how. And I know y'all can call me a Goldberg mark, but Goldberg put up a better match against Lesnar in the last one they had.
Man, listen,
it was way more entertaining than this.
Yeah,
it absolutely was.
And that was only 11 minutes. It was probably like 11 minutes, maybe not even that.
Yeah. I don't even give this match a grade. I give this take this to your mom.
Get it signed.
Put this on your chest.
Return to sender.
And make sure she signs it so she sees the BS. I get what Paul Heyman is saying, but for me, it's like, okay, if this is what you want to do, you want to leave children in tears, cool. For everybody else, it was just like, I'm not even mad at this. It was just like, yo, this was just a waste of time.
It's Wrestlepalooza. It's Wrestlepalooza. This is
waste of time, Will. Perfect.
If you'd have gave me an outcome, like give me a real match, and that ending was like that, then that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But for y'all to come out here and just have it to where, like, if anything, what this shows, this didn't hurt Cena. This hurt Brock. This just showed me, like, dude, you can't wrestle. That's what that showed me. Outside,
first of all, did you see how blown up he was 5 minutes into the match?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Out of all
blown up.
You are all muscular looks. That's it. You can't wrestle, and that's what we seeing now. Outside of collegiate wrestling, I don't think you really have it and can go anymore. And that's what this showed, because all this is just outside of you suplexing him, outside of you clotheslining him and then throwing your punches and an F5. That's it. You're worse than when we used to call him five move Cena.
But Lesnar turned into that too. This Suplex City Lesnar turn. He had some great matches with Kurt Angle. He had some great, like he's got a good catalog, but he don't have to do that stuff no more.
But that's the thing of like, so if you don't give a shit no more, don't come back.
Right.
Like that's what it is. Like if it's back, don't come back. I don't like seeing that shit. You already know, like, bro, it's different if it's like, yo, you a little gassed out, you doing this. Like, nah, bro, if you really just coming here to make people upset and piss people off, it's like, no, it's not pissing people off. It's really just like, yo, for me, I wouldn't give you no pop. I wouldn't give you no reaction. It's like, yo, bro, just go. Just go. Because this didn't show me nothing of like, this does nothing for John Cena's story. This does nothing for you moving forward. This does nothing for Wrestlepalooza. This did absolutely nothing but having that one shot of that kid in that John Cena shirt cry. And it's like, yo, y'all gave me this and then took out that triple threat match that's happening on SmackDown for this? Nah, I'm cool.
If you're going to give me 8 minutes, you better give me 8 minutes worth of something.
It didn't make no sense. It's just like, yo, it was what could have been a dope kickoff to a show, and then especially how Pat McAfee promoted it. It seemed like this was going to be a banger in how you kick off a show. And they've done a pretty good job of being able to book opening matches that really set the bar. And to Dion's point, it's like, yo, y'all made the bar be really fucking low with this match. It wasn't for me. If I'm a person of the business, it wasn't worth the controversy of bringing him back. It was not worth the booking of bringing him back. The promos between these two of them not being there is stupid. It's like, yo, if this how it's going to be, please let Brock Lesnar just retire. Leave me with the Lesnar that I normally know that go tear shit up and then dip. Not this shit. This was just ridiculous.
And to your point too, Will, don't you think like this started the night? And aside from one match that we're going to talk about, obviously, this sucked the air out of the arena for me. Like I don't know if it felt dull after this. Until
I didn't know how to feel.
until we got to that women's match.
I didn't
know how to feel after this happened. I'm like, what the fuck did I just?
It kind of hurt the rest of the show.
Yeah, no, I knew how I felt. I didn't care. Like when after that, it was just like, okay, this is what we doing. Like it's just again, it gave no real reaction. It's like, yo, I want to make children cry, and it's like, okay, first of all, why do you want to make children cry? Like, why is that your main motivation first and foremost? Like, isn't it to be able to put on show? It's like, but he sparked a reaction. Yeah, it's not the reaction y'all think it is. We're not sitting here pissed at it. It's like, oh, that's how it went. It's like, no, we pissed at y'all wasting our time. And especially if you got us paying $30 extra fucking dollars for this damn app that I know for myself I don't want because I don't watch sports. So I got to pay extra to watch this bullshit.
Can I say something about that?
They were hyping it like it was on a WrestleMania level and all this shit. And I'm just like, that was not even
this was an episode
halfway near what a WrestleMania is.
This was an episode of Monday Night Raw. That's what this was. This was an extended Monday Night Raw. But go ahead, Dean.
One thing about that. Every weekend before this, Disney Plus or Hulu, wherever you want to watch it, I could watch college football, all the games that were on ESPN. I could watch. Before last weekend, I tuned in on Saturday morning, and I got to press unlock. Everything's behind a paywall now for ESPN. So I get like 2 games, and then okay, I gotta do the $30 for this. But if I do the $30, I get ads with Hulu and Disney again. I was like, oh crap, I don't want that. How much is it without it? It's like $40 for everything, and then they got like a $98 package of some BS that nobody cares about.
Yep. And then they took, and then they also, if you get the bundle, even with the ad, they take off the extra member seat. So like you could pay like $9 because like I have my niece on my plan. So it's like, yo, like she has her own login, email, and everything for her to use. So she ain't got to worry about getting kicked off or being like, hey, can you send me the passcode and stuff? You don't get that if you buy the ESPN thing. I'm like, what?
It's the most cluster bomb of a release, and just to get that much money out of you now for PLE, we're back to like pay-per-view prices every month for it. And like Will said, like I watch college football, but after the season's over, I'm paying $30 a month to tune in one time a month.
Exactly. It's like, oh, but you can watch Stephanie's Place or 30-30. I don't like sports.
They must have put that behind a paywall too, because I used to watch that.
Yeah.
Payne's Place, all that stuff. See, that's some bullshit, man. That's why I got a VPN now.
Which is why this Wrestlepalooza was a very interesting.
Shout out Stephanie.
Yeah.
Right. I was just gonna say thank you, Stephanie.
And shout out to her being the first person in the 2026 Hall of Fame. We'll get more into that next week when we talk as well. But I want to keep it moving. Brawns versus Usos. Let me go first. I'm giving this a B-. And I'm giving it a B- because it was no originality. And I've said this thoroughly. This is the problem when I've seen this match 8 times before we got to Wrestlepalooza in 8 different ways. Oh, it's Jimmy and LA Knight. Oh, now it's Jay and LA Knight. Oh, now it's Jimmy gonna face Braun. Now it's Jay facing Braun. It was the same shit over and over again. It was like, yo, again, another match that would normally close Monday Night Raw. So why is it on Wrestlepalooza? And it's like, what does this do? Does this make them into, again, another thing of like this storyline? Was it to end it? What was it? Because it's like, okay, the Vision 1, do they move on from them? Was this a one-time thing with the Usos? It's like, it was something that is just like, yo, this was not needed on the card when you've taken other matches out that could have worked. Once again, triple threat match for the women's title. This could have been on Raw. So I'm giving it a B because they still did do a good performance. LA Knight did great as a special guest referee. It checked off boxes that it needed to check off, but I give it a B just because of it was unoriginal. And it didn't push a needle forward and it didn't push the story forward whatsoever. Honey, what do you grade this match?
For all of those same reasons, I agree with you, but I'm giving it a different grade. I feel like B is too nice. I'm giving them a C. for all those reasons. I just feel like there was really nothing to this match. Again, could have been on a SmackDown or a Raw, however you wanted to book it. It doesn't matter, but unnecessary. And it didn't do anything for the story, because now what is it? Are they still going to be, facing off going forward? Where does the beef land between them now? Does LA Knight finally move on and go for the world championship, or what? Where are we going with the story? I mean, it seems like we're paying attention. This is also more so about Jay in a lot of ways, though, I will say, which is probably the most interesting part about the storyline with all of this. But like you said, we've seen them face off way too many times on a Monday Night Raw, and it was way too repetitive, way too many tsunamis. I get it, but yeah, I wasn't too happy with this match, so I'm giving it a C.
Okay. Dion, what do you grade this match?
I would have given it a higher grade if LA Knight kept that vest on while he refereed. It's a badass vest. Man. He got some badass vest.
Yes, that was.
But I'm giving it a C. Same everything that Honey echoed for that one, and what you echoed, Will. We've seen this before. We've seen this combination. I get better combinations in universe mode if I put these four in a rivalry. So I mean, yes, it's progressing Jay's story. I'm not sure what it's really doing for the bronze. LA Knight should be next up somewhere for a world title or whatever, but that's another discussion for another day. Yeah, man, like not much to write home about this. I felt like I've seen this before.
Yeah. There y'all have it. All right, we're gonna move on to the next match, which I think was the saving grace of this match.
Boy,
A plus.
They better get old girl bonuses, man. Because they
yeah, man. The vacated women's world title was decided at Wrestlepalooza between the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, and Stephanie Vaquer in a banger of a match when the dust was settled and all the girls finished flying from the top ropes. La Primera seals in probably the greatest rookie run of all time, securing and becoming the new women's world champion. Just to throw this out, in 2025, this woman has held the NXT title. She became a double champion as the North American, women's North American title on NXT, and has now added the women's world title to her belt. And all of this in 2025. Outside of AJ Styles, I don't think you can find a better rookie of the year.
When you said that, I thought of one person, and I thought of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle came in, again, no world titles, right, yet. But he had one at the end of it, his first year. He won the European title, Intercontinental Championship, King of the Ring, and the WWF Championship within a year. For 1999, that's a good year in that roster.
Didn't she? Wait. Who won Deadline? Julia won Deadline. Never mind.
Julia
won Deadline. Yeah.
So that's the only person I could think who came close to a run like this for a rookie year. But this is amazing. She got all major titles on her on her resume.
And double champ. Like, yo,
yeah.
I don't think it beats that. But yeah, Honey gave it an A++. What do you give it?
This was the best thing of the show. I don't think there was any notes needed for this one. You saw the crowd reaction for it. Stephanie's rookie year has been amazing. She's in there with Io. This was a perfect cocktail for a hell of a match that saved Wrestlepalooza.
Sure did.
Now, if we just throw my client in there, Roxanne Perez, and this
now we got too many people in there. Now we got too many people.
Nah. See, don't do that. Come on, man.
I'm not hating on that. I'm not hating on that idea, Councilman, but this match didn't need anybody else, honestly.
No. I mean, rivalry-wise, not this match.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about moving forward. Like, if we just
throw
No.
This match here was like battle of the workhorses, man. These girls killed it. Io was on fire. That finisher for Stephanie landed absolutely perfect. It was just a great work of art between both women, and they absolutely killed it. They were the match that I was really most highly anticipated to watch anyway, and I expected nothing less from these women.
And we got to end in between them. You know, they had 2 matches that didn't finish out. We didn't determine the winner,
and it was clean.
And it was clean. It was no complaints.
Love the sign of respect too.
Yep,
I get goosebumps and shit like that. You know, I was just like, oh, I love that shit.
It was an incredible match. So shout out to them 2 ladies for being able to do what they can to try to save this PLE. Then we move into the anticipated mixed tag match. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus the returning AJ Lee and AJ Lee's husband. Dion, what grade do you give this match?
I'm gonna give it a B. I'll give it a B plus. I think in our mind we thought of some crazy stuff, and they sort of did a little bit of it with the stomps and all that stuff here and there, but it wasn't the stomp we needed, man. It wasn't the soul stomp that we needed. We just needed one, and that was from Seth Rollins to AJ.
It was not gonna happen, man. I felt it wasn't.
That was the one that should have happened, and everybody got stomps in that night. But I enjoyed this one. I thought the entrances were dope. I thought the gear was dope too. Finish was the collapsing table. It's like I went back and rewatched that a few times. It's like AJ hung in the air.
Yeah.
Like, it's like she just stopped in the air, and then here comes the table after. But yeah, man, I like this one. I'm hoping we get a little bit more. Really wish AJ's finisher looked a lot tighter with Becky. I'm not sure why Becky was standing so straight up with it. It just looked like it wasn't working. But that's the only knock I have on it when AJ went for a finisher, how it looked visually there. But no, man, it was a good one. I'm hoping that they run. I don't know if they'll run it back, but I can see this going on a little bit longer.
To be fair though, to Becky, normally when that comes, it's the momentum that
takes her
will get to where she can lock her leg in at the bottom. And that's
you're right.
Like when she hooks in, it'll have enough momentum to where that first foot will go around Becky's leg to where but because of like how close they were when it hit, she wasn't able to get that full swing.
That full rotation for it.
Yeah, like when you watch when it hits with Seth, like she get a big boost. And then wraps around.
That's a big guy, man. She had to get the momentum for that one. But no, I enjoyed this match, man. I mean, any hate feud or like this, I'm down for it.
Honey.
Yeah, I would have to agree, and I'm gonna give it a B as well. I was just very happy to see AJ Lee back. And Seth and Becky made it very entertaining. At first it was getting a little annoying for me. Becky kept, running in and out of the ring. I'm just like, all right, Becky, come on now. Like, you're putting all all this stuff that I've said about you to shame now because of how this is going on, just going in and out of the ring. I thought it was a little bit too much for me, but overall the match was great. Seth and CM Punk, I definitely don't feel this is over, and we definitely are working towards that AJ Lee versus Becky one-on-one. We need that. Definitely need that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a B plus. It did everything it needed to do. It checked off all the boxes it needed to. I wasn't expecting this to be a phenomenal 5-star match whatsoever. I was expecting it to be just what I got. And that's what it was. It was fun. It was entertaining. All of them got to be, it did what it needed to do. And it even extended the limits of what a mixed tag match can potentially be. And hopefully that we get to see them even more regularly on programming. So that's why I give it a B plus. It actually pushed the needle into something.
And progressed the story.
Yeah, and progressed the story as well. So that's why I say I'll give it a B plus. Then we move to this bullshit. The main event, Dion's guy.
I blame all of this on you, Dion.
No, we this is the first time I'm gonna say this. We blame Hunter for this. But should I go first? Should I just go first? Rip the band-aid off here?
No. We'll let you wait and stew. What you wait, Stu? Honey, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, the main event for the WWE Championship. What do you grade this match?
It's like nah, you know what? No, I'm giving it an F. I'm not gonna be nice. I'm giving it an F. I don't give a damn. Just one too many times you see these kinds of things happen, and I feel like in this case, Drew McIntyre should have been the right guy to win at this point because Cody's out here ruining timelines. You just leave, come back, and just destroy Drew McIntyre's hopes and dreams, all the hype. He kicked your head through the table. You know what I mean? Like booking, I'm not sure what they were thinking of in the back, but I wasn't really in agreement with the results of this match. I kind of did want to see a title change and a deeper rivalry build between these two, but I don't know. Drew, I don't know. I feel you guys could have done better. I give it a.
I heard backstage that Cody actually wanted to drop the title to Drew at Wrestlepalooza.
That makes it even worse.
With Randy Orton involved.
Randy in there.
Yeah, and it was by accident that he accidentally caused Drew to win the title, which would stir the beef between him and Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Didn't
instead,
we talk about that a bit too? Didn't we bring that up?
I said it. I think everyone said something with bringing in Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
But I give this. I won't give it an F. I give this a C-. Because the match wasn't bad, but again, this was just like, this is a match that could have went on Friday. I don't think that y'all built it up enough. I think because of him having to go do shoots for Street Fighter and Drew doing what he can, but it was just like, this storyline was not main event worthy.
Nope.
And either the tag match or crowning the new women's champion should have been the main event, not your boy Triple H. This is one of those where we do say, like you say, like, oh, we listen to the fans. You did not once again listen to us.
He didn't listen to Cody either, apparently.
Exactly. I get TKO, I get ESPN, I get the last sign gotta be that WWE championship being held. But this was not the story that should have finished off Wrestlepalooza.
No. Dion, you did something, didn't you? You messed with the timeline again, didn't you?
Not with this one, man.
You sure?
I'm positive on this one.
Yeah, he's sitting here like, nah, play this with me. Dion, man, your thoughts on your boy's match?
It wasn't as bad as what I gave an F, but it was, for me, close. I'll give it a D because Cody's a good baby face, man. Drew's a great heel. But like you said, this could have been a Friday night match. If they're going to, especially the finish with the whole TV monitor and the table, with the ref stopping him from doing it. It's just, it was a lot. And you don't want people to sour on Cody as much as a babyface. You gotta let him. And granted, he won it back at Mania, so this would be like it wouldn't be quick. That was April if he were to lose it. But you're losing it to tell a better story at the end of the day too. You're losing it to get Randy Orton into the fold again, and we're somewhere down the road we get Cody versus Randy. That makes sense for the title. So I thought like there was a lot of possibilities with this match, and it didn't execute. And even until like the screen went black, you were still waiting for something. And it being a lackluster finish like that for a first show in a main event didn't deserve to be main event. Love Cody to death. Probably didn't deserve to be on this card for Wrestlepalooza. But he is a champion, and you want to get the champion on there. I understand it. Got to sell tickets and got to sell subscriptions apparently. But this wasn't it, man. There's two other matches that could have main evented over this.
Yeah.
And a match that didn't make the card could have made this card too. So it's just a disappointing finish all the way around. They keep doing stuff like this, the crowd's going to turn on Cody kind of quick. So they need to be careful how they sort of tread from here to Rumble probably with him.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing I'm noticing, that the pattern that I'm seeing is we're choosing dollars over product.
Boy, you telling me.
And that's what I'm thinking with this. Like, because Drew winning this and Cody even seeing it makes it great. But I see the two sides of it. So the one side of where Cody's looking at this to give it to Drew, Cody gets to go shoot this movie, do the promotions, and you're leaving SmackDown with a great champion and a great heel right now, which can help build the division. The only problem is with that is something we are now calling the Cody Vortex, no longer the Rhea Vortex, is the Cody Rhodes Vortex. The problem is this dude is a walking dollar sign. And that is the problem for them because they want to put him everywhere they need him to be and get as many dollars as they can. And it looks 10 times better when you have the WWE Championship with you. The only problem with that is you are now diluting the product and slowing it down by having him do that. And because Drew McIntyre is not on that same level as Cody Rhodes, and I don't mean that from a wrestling standpoint, I don't even mean that from a character standpoint. He's just not doing what Cody is doing outside of the ring, podcast shows, the sponsorships, everything. This dude has it down. Like, he has the blueprint.
He's the face, Will.
Yeah, and no one's doing. He's the quarterback, just like they said. He is definitely the quarterback. And that's what is so hard for all of these cats right now to try to topple Cody, because that side of the coin, a lot of these superstars don't have right now. And it's going to take a lot to be able to get them ready for that, to be able to say, hey, if you're going to be the main guy and we got to have you at this event, we got to have you here, we got to have you here promoting this. A lot of cats aren't there just yet. And so that's why that becomes an issue here with him being there rather than them giving it and developing a better story. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
This was a weak chapter in that book of whatever stories you're writing, Cody.
This was a weak chapter in WWE. Like, just overall, like this was a weak.
Yeah, this was not it. Even ESPN themselves said it. This wasn't it. They're right.
I'm not sure why everybody's so surprised in regards to the rating, because that was everybody's initial reaction anyway. Everybody I saw was upset about how the turnout of how this was, and how much more there could have been.
Everybody,
and this is what, and I know I've said in the past many times, like, it's hard, I just want to sit back and watch the product and take it for what it is and appreciate what they give me. But it's events and moments like this where it's like, how could you guys completely flop on something like this? It's as much as you guys were hyping it up, like, not even any other appearances or anything like that, like nothing, absolutely no surprises, like absolutely nothing.
We on ESPN. We don't get a Stephen A. Smith segment with New Day in the back. Like, we don't get none of that.
Well, these are all like things we knew would happen before if they had a crossover like this. But like, can I be honest for a second? This is a safe place, right?
You say
with ESPN and moving and doing all that for PLEs and just this show. I was reconsidering my wrestling fandom a little bit, my WWE fandom at least, because with the high price of tickets and what Mark Sparrow came out and said about Vince being more about families than essentially, chasing the almighty dollar, it was like, man, like, obviously it's not what it used to be. And it looks a lot different. You look at the mat, it's different. You look at the ads between, it's different. I get evolution, I get profit, but man, at what cost, man? Like at what cost? You're gonna price a lot of people out who've been diehard fans forever, who will probably not be able to go to another event affordably. It kind of stinks because I don't think it's about the fans anymore.
Well, I don't think no sports is about the fans anymore.
For sure, but this has always felt like you've had a voice in it in some form or fashion.
Well, yeah,
good or bad.
It's always constantly changing. So it's more open to be able to take in audience input. But with everything else that's going on, it's like you could tell like the world of sports is reshaping, because even like the commissioner of the NBA stating that they're no longer going to
highlight. It's a highlight sport.
Just highlight. Like, we're not going to put it on TV anymore. Like, if you want to come, you'll come watch it. If anything, watch. But yes, a shame But also, too, he has a point. A majority of people use their phone as TVs now. A lot of people aren't watching television anymore. A lot of people are watching their phones. And so it's just like, yo, if I can save a cool 1.5 million on production and filming a fucking NBA game, because all y'all gonna do is watch the highlights anyway, and I can lower all of this production team and everything like that, it's really just like, yo, y'all there, come enjoy it.
And they'll get film from local markets anyway. So it's like, here's your highlight.
And all I gotta do is hire now what? An iPhone crew. I don't have to carry these people with the big thing like that. I don't have to do none of that no more. Like, yo,
I get what you're saying, Will, but man, you got
a very good point.
There has to be like y'all didn't feel anything from Saturday, like the whole process of getting ESPN, watching it, knowing that this is going to be your monthly thing every year, every month. I'm
telling you, I felt God. I felt like, yo,
yeah,
but that's what we're moving into. Like, look, like we'll move on because again, we're trying to stay on time. But there's a lot of like, again, this ain't about us, but we already know from a political side of the world, nothing right now is about the people.
No,
it's about the dollar. And so now it's just the fact that we're now seeing it even more in sports and in the things that we love. Even like watching Starbucks have to close 100 stores because they're not doing great business. Why? Because your coffees are fucking $15 and nobody want to do that. I'll go to that coffee shop they just opened right across the street from you. I'll go over there and go grab myself, or I'll just make my own. But that's the thing about where we are as a nation. And these are some of the things that, unfortunately, we have to deal with until people finally see, hey, you know what? Maybe we should stop worrying about how much money we can put in our pockets that we in no way could spend in our lifetime, and maybe start thinking about the people and making experiences rather than going, I have to have $850 million in my bank account to do what exactly? So that's just a thought with there. But that was our Wrestlepalooza wrap up. And with Cody Rhodes retaining his WWE Championship, we are now moving into Perth, which is about 2 to 3 weeks away. October 11th, it will be in Perth. And we will be having the Crown Jewel Championships for the men's titles and the women's titles. And it will be Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes going at it again. Champion versus champion.
8 a.m. Oh man! All right, okay.
Making breakfast and watching wrestling on a Saturday morning. That's new.
I'm about to catch this rerun, Kelly. I don't know who doing watch-alongs for these, but won't be me.
I don't know if I'll be able to do a watch-along. I'll do a post rerun.
Shit, I'm gonna be getting up for the post show. Like,
like, what happened? What happened?
You didn't watch the show yet? It's off already? Damn.
Nah, I'm making eggs. I'm making something. We gotta do something.
Hey, honey is a devoted fan. I'm a devoted fan to my sleep. But even more news of what we have going on is as y'all said, this is a company that does listen sometimes. More than we do from other sports that we know. And because of that, one thing that we have been talking about, especially when it comes to this John Cena tour, retirement tour, is that the one match we do want to see, and we was like, yo, we got to make it happen. And kind of felt disappointed about. We got John Cena will take on the phenomenal AJ Styles in Perth. But I want to ask y'all opinion on this, with the fact also, too, that we will not get any promo between these two superstars, as the next date for John Cena in his tours is just at Crown Jewel Perth. No Raw, no SmackDown. Remember, we already had his last SmackDown, and we only got 2 more Raws in Boston and New York. So what are your thoughts on this match, knowing that is also happening? Dion, let's start with you.
I mean, given where they both are in their careers now, I think this is more of like a mutual respect sort of match. Like, it's not about the face who runs the place anymore. It's not about any of that. So we were going to turn up for this anyway. And we've been begging for this all year. So little promotion from AJ, sure. But I don't think it's needed, man. I think we wanted it. We're going to get it. The careers of these two guys and their overlap and what they did when they overlapped when AJ got there, like all that's, they're both baby faces now again. So it's just going to be like a show of respect sort of match. And I think that's fine. I think you can do that without a solid like build, because there's not going to be anything heated that's going to be said between the two. Hey, shoot, Cena used AJ's move but 2 matches ago. Styles clash. So it's more of a mutual respect sort of thing. So that's going to be what I'm taking away from this one. But man, this just makes me smile when I saw it though. Like this is how we should have felt for Cena's entire run. This is what he should have been doing, going through his rogues gallery for 12 months. That's it.
Yeah. Now, honey, with the question that Boza has proposed of how do you feel about AJ being the one that may give John Cena his 100th PLE win? Your thoughts on this match?
I think this is one. I think this pretty much, to piggyback off of Dion, it basically writes itself, and their resumes speak for themselves. They're both given to be, both on their way out. And, I feel like this is probably AJ's way, kind of how he did, with The Undertaker. He was just like, man, listen, if we could get in one more, I'd like, just let me get in one more with you, man. Like I could totally see it just being that kind of a casual thing where it was a conversation between them backstage, and it was definitely a favorited match when they did face off. You know what I mean? It was literally, for lack of a better term, phenomenal. I would hope that, we know how how good Cena is on the mic. We know how good AJ is on a mic. We know what they can bring to the ring. There just really is no need for the hype. The picture kind of speaks for itself. So it's like, you're either going to be there or be square, tune in, or don't.
Gotcha. Yeah. To answer Boza's question, I don't think AJ is going to lose. I think AJ is going to win. And the reason why I think that is because Cena's going to go over on this last match. So
that might be.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. And because I think you need to have that to get that prepared for the last one. Give us a couple losses, and it's like, okay, what's happening? What's going on?
And then the match becomes a storyline.
Yeah, no, not the storyline. It just kind of adds to it. Because think about it, most of the time when they had their last matches, they go out on their back. But Cena, it's like,
so you're like, let him loose.
Yeah, okay. Think about it. Like we're going to talk about it, which is we've heard news that AJ Styles is preparing to retire in 2026. That he said that will be his final lap around in his wrestling career. He's mentioned this several times in the last 5 years that he wants to be able to be there for his son, be able to be around his family, and want to be able to walk and lead a healthy life outside of the ring. And so that's another reason why I feel like he will go over, especially, because he's already granted, like, the point of Boza saying, he'll grant him his 100 PLE win. Well, AJ granted him his WWE win that got him to 16. Let's never forget that. It's like, he owes AJ. Let AJ get a victory over him. Let him go out saying that, like, I beat the greatest of all time.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like AJ will go over in Crown Jewel for me.
Do you get beat up John Cena again?
I don't think so, just because of how he was acting with Dom. That's a very far off shift.
Yeah, no, that was a fun time though. That was a fun time.
Did AJ win his first match against Cena?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
For some reason, that's ringing a bell.
Yeah. But again, John Cena got over on him too. So
yeah, I wonder what their record is. I don't know that off the top.
Well,
that'd be interesting.
I mean, either way, these guys are gonna put on a good show. I just hope, that I hope, especially with superstars like John Cena and AJ Styles of their caliber, and of their, knowing how everybody respects them in the business. I would hope to believe that they're going out on their own terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. But just thoughts on real quick on AJ potentially retiring.
I feel old as hell.
It might be time if he's feeling it, and that's what his after wrestling goals are. I think he even said something about being still connected with WWE in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
So him becoming an NXT coach, I don't know, doing something like that's invaluable experience that you can't pay. You can't. There's no price for that.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get back to that. He has his family. Yeah, I think if he wants to, and you're able to do it on your own terms, I say you do it, man. But I'm gonna miss the best hair in wrestling every Monday night.
Same. I'm wrestling, man.
They don't want none.
Yeah, but shout out to AJ Styles, man. He has done it across the world. He has left a phenomenal career, no pun intended. So shout outs to him. And yeah. But we talked about one potential opponent that John Cena could face. Pose a question to y'all. What if Edge is John Cena's last opponent?
Okay, so with all of that, what are all the moves that John Cena did in the other paper in a couple weeks back when he was doing all those moves? He did a Styles Clash. He did a spear for the way Edge would do it. What else did he do? He did a few other things.
Baron,
I don't know if there's some. Say again.
Baron's end of days.
He did do end of days too. I don't know if it's leading to anything, but I think it's very interesting the selection of moves that he did. But leading into this, I'm seeing this literally everywhere. But lately in recent hours, I literally saw that, that it's not definitely something that's not going to happen, but it's just there. It's not really what people are saying it is or could be. But I wouldn't mind if you want to indulge me in a what if. Shit, yeah. I would respect the hell out of Tony Khan and Triple H for putting that shit together, because then it's like, holy crap, you really do listen to us in some way, shape, or form, weird form, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if it's gonna happen. I would love for it to happen, of course, on paper. Like I think everybody in the world would agree that they would want this to happen.
I can't. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead, Will.
I would say I don't give Tony Khan or Triple H that credit. No,
Same.
I don't give them listening. No, this is Edge and John Cena listening is what that is. And what we saw on AEW with Edge technically exiting the storyline.
Yeah, what did he necessarily say to? What did he say to Christian?
I think Beth was hurt, and he was saying that, like, hey man, I need to go check on this. I got like, I got to step away for a while. I don't know if I'm coming back and stuff. And then Christian, playing towards the whole patriarch thing. Well, I don't have a family anymore anyway, so I get it. Go protect your family. And he was like, no, you always got family because you always got me. And hit the handshake, and that was it. It seemed like he was exiting out of this place. And so, again, there hasn't been no real talk about what his contract is with AEW at this time. And it does seem like it could be. And again, we don't really know what his contract was to begin with. Mm-hmm. He could be somebody that is just there just to be there. So if that is the case, we could potentially hear it one more time in WWE on Saturday Night Main Event to close it out.
Be perfect.
I'd cry.
So there were two rumors. I don't know how true they are. Take it as a grain of salt, right? Some said his contract was up in October. Then another report said that he's going to film stuff for like the Percy Jackson TV show.
Yeah, because
he's in that. So they were like, don't think that he's going to jump to WWE anytime soon for it. But I think I may have asked this question way before. If you had to pick John Cena's John Cena's Joker, who would John Cena's Joker be?
Edge.
without a doubt.
Rated R superstar Edge, yeah.
And we've been saying it. I've been saying it this year. He's over in AEW doing these matches when this man should be wrestling John Cena at least one more time this year.
That's why I was like, yo, if this don't have, because think about it, if it's not a new person that he just hands the reins to at Saturday Night Main Event, like Gunther comes back or something, it's John versus Gunther, then it's like, yo, out of all the rivalries John has had that you could get here, this is one of the last people.
That's it.
That where like, yo, when you think of John Cena and you think of his stuff, Edge is the other one. And even to Sendil's point, you could say Randy. But we already got him and Randy. And I think we got him and Randy where it was supposed to be, where it was supposed to happen. He is definitely one of his top 3 rogues, as you know, as we're putting it. But this one with him and Edge was
just something else.
because the thing was, what most people won't give credit for, and I'm sure Edge would, John helped Edge become a superstar. Like this was like everybody had already seen this when it was Edge and Christian, but because of the battles these two had to go through, it made Edge into the undeniable superstar that he is now. Yeah. And it made John, and really too, it also humbled John into understanding what he needed to be for the company. Where I don't have to now hold this on my back. I am still a golden boy, but I don't have to be the ultimate golden boy. There is a guy here that knows it, sees the value, and is doing everything he can to be able to put on for this company. You saw these two elevate to new heights during their So I feel like if you go end it, it's like, I again, just somewhere in the universe, make this happen. Like if we could get him to come out during Raw where John's in Boston,
dragging his daddy by the collar.
No, rap.
Like how Batista was dragging Ric Flair.
Yep, rap. On this day, you think you know me here? I'll lose my shit. I
would too.
And see, that's a rivalry that again you could fight. Granted, they're older. There's some mutual respect there, obviously, but that's still you could relight that rocket real quick for a rivalry for a month.
You don't need a lot of time. You do not need a lot of time.
There's so much history. So definitely, like if it's possible, at all possible, with whatever.
Are we gonna have to go back to the drawing board on our John Cena timelines?
Nope, my John Cena timeline damn near was what it needed to be, with the exception.
I don't even remember them. I think
we'll recap it towards the end.
Edge for this will be, man, come on, man. It writes itself.
It does. But we're gonna move on to NXT superstar Jasmine Nyx. Jasmine Nyx announced to the world via social media that she will not be renewing her contract and that she will be exiting the WWE. The WWE exit is due to contracts, not being able to come to terms with the contracts that was going on. A lot of other speculations were also around it, but to Jasmine Nyx, she got on social media to let people know exactly what was going on, which was the fact of simply it was just they were just not paying enough when they came to it. And we do get the details on that, which is normally that potentially NXT stars, and around her last contract, she was making $75,000 a year for a multi-year contract. So if you break that down, that's like what, $6,000, maybe $5,000, $6,000 a month. As far as to be here for multiple years. And then in re-signing her, you normally would increase the price of that. And they chose to not do that. They wanted to keep her at $75,000 in a new multi-year contract in that same amount. Now, again, as she explained, with and a lot of people don't know this, with the travel costs that WWE isn't always paying, being able to have to jump in your car, driving miles to other shows that you have to do, there's a lot of financial issues that do come into play with that. And then also, too, a lot of opportunities that you unfortunately miss as a WWE superstar because you are signed to them. We've heard about, Mercedes Moné disputing about not being able to be in the Mandalorian, being in Star Wars because of her and her schedule. Also, the thing about Damian Priest not being Namor in Marvel's Black Panther and what that could have led to because of being a WWE superstar. So Jasmine Nyx just wanted to felt like, where she is now, where she is in age, there's a lot of opportunities that she would like to be able to get into and explore. And so she is taking her talents elsewhere, not saying that she's completely done, not saying that she won't be back, but as of now, she wants to explore more things and be able to conquer other stuff. And as she's let everybody know, no, she will not be starting the OnlyFans page.
Y'all mad, huh? Y'all mad. Everybody,
y'all big mad at that.
You naughty people.
That internet was hot about that, boy. They was like, man,
well.
we start the OnlyFans. Not starting the OnlyFans.
No. And she did say this was a personal decision that she made for herself. So kudos to her for doing so. When you go through life, it's just about being able to bet on yourself, and she's going out and doing that. Shout outs to her.
Yeah. Dion, your thoughts?
No, I mean, I'm breaking it down, and they didn't offer to increase her pay. I didn't know that part. I thought it was just, So that kind of stinks for 3 more years too. I know the opportunity of making more is main roster stuff and additional stuff like that, but she's on TV almost every week, right? Like she's a face on the brand. It kind of, and she's young into her career, right? Like this is she's relatively, I won't say green, but how many years has she been down in NXT?
It's been a while. It's been a good little minute.
Yeah, she was injured. She was injured for a lot of it, though. She did
that's right.
Multiple injuries and concussions, and she even broke her nose and stuff like that. She had a lot going on.
But I would say a 5 to 6 year stint of being in NXT. But
But it just, I mean, if that's her case, and she wants to do more, and that was too low, or not even an increase for it when you're on TV and wrestling, I think that could have hit differently. Because I feel like any little increase for that, she probably would have probably considered staying around.
Yeah. And then again, like I said, I think a lot of people have a misconception of what goes on in there. Because I know a lot of people are talking about, well, you're making 6 figures, so how are you having financial issues? And that's really not the case. Main roster people, the minimum is $350,000 a year. And you know how many times they go on tour and do things. And that's the minimum. And so you have top stars that are making upwards to $1 million. And those are barely a lot of people. And so for, again, like we said, when you take the expense of, and a lot of people don't know these things, it's the expense of having to they have to buy their own ring gear. This isn't hey, WWE is making your outfits and you go out. No, they are paying for all of this stuff to be made. That's why if you always hear Bianca saying yo, I make all my stuff from scratch, there's a reasoning why that is said and why that is definitely well respected, because you have so many people having to pay out of pocket. The amount of money that Seth and Becky pay their designer for their gear
New Day
is insane. The New Day, insane. Mm-hmm. So you start racking that up, and again with other expenses that you have to pay out of pocket, $75,000 isn't enough. And look at the world that we're living in right now too. You also have to pay for your apartment. You also have to pay for your car's upkeep, groceries, being able to work out, payments for being able to do body recovery and stuff like that, to be able to keep yourself physically fit to be in this. $75,000 sounds like a lot, but once you didn't have to spend all of that, and then again, let's not even include being a woman and all the stuff y'all gotta use for upkeep, hair products, makeup products, regular clothing. It's yo, that's $75,000, that $5,000 or $6,000 a month, that's gonna go like that, because already what $18,000 to $2,000 is rent.
Mm-hmm.
But now you talking about your gear you can't necessarily wear every time. You got to change that stuff up to healthcare. To Send Deal's point, it starts to really rack up, and a lot of people tend to not know that. These superstars don't really get paid the numbers that they deserve to be paid for how much they are on television. You have basketball players making $90 million for 5 years, and it's you play a season. These people wrestle 300 days out of the year every year. balance. So, but we wish Jasmine Nyx the best. We hope, again, she used to do soccer in Iceland. I know there's going to be a whole bunch of people that will love to collab and work with her as far as from brands and everything. So, man, we wish her always nothing but the best. And y'all should have done a better job of writing her off of NXT. I'm just throwing that out there. Because that was not it.
That was shiesty.
That was very shiesty. I'm like, y'all could have done way better than that. But now it is time to get into our Wrestle Blasphemy segment. And so I have some things here. We're changing this up a little bit. We're not going directly to the social media feeds. We are going to present something a little different to everyone. Now, we have been sitting here talking about how these things should be different, how we should change this stuff, this, that, and the third. So I would like to take us in the Triple H era, and I'm going to present you 6 booking mistakes that are haunting the Triple H era. And you tell me, is this blasphemous or is there some truth to this? Y'all ready?
All right.
Yeah.
The first one that is haunting the Triple H era. Not Triple H. The new
himself.
that's the first mistake. Yo, what up, James? Glad you love the podcast. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend at LA Comic Con. But yes, the heel turn of the New Day. Has their heel turn been a booking mistake, and this is blasphemous to say, or is there some truth to how this heel turn was handled?
I think it started out really strong. They won at Mania, right? Like it started out real strong. The fact that we thought they were going to break up and then they switched it on Big E, like that hurt a little bit, man. So I think it started off great, but poorly executed towards the end of where we are now. I don't know how I would phrase that as blasphemous.
So would you say overall, the booking of the New Day heel turn, do you feel like they've dropped the ball, or did they succeed and execute this to the standard you would have wanted it to be?
I don't think it was to the standard that they won at Mania. That's the huge highlight, right?
Yeah, but we asking overall.
But everything else, I can't hold. Mania can't weight that much in this. I think it was a bit of a fumble, man. By Hunter.
Okay. Honey, your thoughts?
I kind of disagree. I don't think it's a wrestling blasphemy. I don't think this was a mistake in booking. I think the New Day are doing quite well for themselves. There's something different. We weren't sure what way it was going to go with this heel turn. At first, we thought it was going to be a split, because it was kind of predictable, but it was kind of predictable that way. And instead, they pivoted to having them, both stick with each other and instead turn on the people. And that's a great way to gain heat. There's also had some really funny and fun moments backstage with segments, even adding Grayson Waller as comedic as it is, but it's also been able to push Grayson Waller in a way, because you saw that classic between him and Penta. You've seen the interactions with Penta and Xavier Woods' hat. And, things like them saying, thank God for the New Day. And they were in mourning when they lost when they lost their titles. It's just, I think it's more fun with this New Day. So I wouldn't agree that that's a blasphemous statement.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on this. Yeah.
It could have been so much more too. That was great moments, but it could have been
they weren't. But what it is? It's in the middle between the two of you. It's that they dropped the ball with this, but they're not the reason why the ball was dropped. There's a bigger thing at play as to why this ball got dropped that doesn't have to do with them. And it does have to do with something that is on this list. And I'll connect those when we get to that. But I do say there was a lot more potential for this, and we just didn't get to where we need to be. But let us know in the comments how y'all feel about it. The next one. The booking of WWE's top women's champions. Now, the WWE women's division continues to showcase some of the best in-ring wrestling that the company has offered today. That's no lie. But Triple H's creative outlook for each of his WWE women's champions has been disappointing, to say the least. Over a WWE SmackDown, it feels like Tiffany Stratton has been feuding with Nia Jax over the Women's World Championship for an eternity, while Julia struggles to be featured on TV as the WWE Women's United States Champion. Additionally, before Naomi captured the title, Io Sky was given very few storylines with the title on Raw, having only 2 defenses in her 132-day title reign. And so, yeah. And this year's Women's Intercontinental title remains an exception, as the championship has excelled with Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch holding the gold. The same could also be said about the women's tag titles, with the unlikely team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss making those belts a little bit more relevant than they've been in years. A Triple H often has had no creative plans for those who have held that title. Now, is this blasphemous and not true, or is there some realism here to what was said? Dion, like,
yeah, man, like everything you were saying from title to title, besides the women's intercontinental title, has been true. Now they're putting work into the tag team division, which is a first, honestly. At post Bianca and Jade, but yeah, man, like I don't think Tiffany has that one main feud or that one like huge rogue, I guess that's the word of the day too, a villain or heel to go up against.
Yeah.
Honey just said where in the world is Julia and the United States title, so that sort of speaks for itself. And before Naomi, Io, how many days was she champion and only 2 defenses for Io?
132 days.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Yeah, I see no lies in this one, man, unfortunately.
Honey?
Yeah, I co-sign with all of that, pretty much.
It is weird because it's a guy who made his name basically with women's wrestling that he can't do nothing with when he's down in NXT. With the women's division, that he hasn't been able to figure main roster stuff out fully yet.
I mean, again, I've talked about this before. The thing you also got to keep in mind is at NXT, everybody's at the same level. There is no ego. There is no thing of pushing. Y'all are all at the same level. At the main roster, there's a whole bunch of different politics that shift and move into making this product. Once again, it really goes from how we're dealing with the world today. It's a whole system that needs to be changed because, again, I can't point it at Triple H. I can't point it at Bruce Pritchard. I can't point it at just one particular person because I can understand that, like, yo, you have folks who do have a mental mindset of, hey, this needs to be like this, and this. We don't change this, and this. And so into some of that falls into the category of a person that doesn't think that women should close the show at a PLE. That is a factor that does have to be in there, and it does have to be where it's like, okay, we need to cater to these people because these folks get a pop. So we need to have CM Punk do 18 minutes straight of this, and instead of giving a woman a match or advance their story.
Yeah, I can't say I'm feeling it.
Yeah. So, all right. The next one that we have is,
my God, man, where is he? Where is he?
Austin Theory's failed Money in the Bank shit. So,
Dion just threw his mic.
I like Austin Theory, man. Yeah. just completely disappeared. This man.
No, man.
What was the blasphemy? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
His
what did they drop the ball with his Money in the Bank cash in, or him like overall, or is that blasphemous to say because they did such a great job?
No, they definitely dropped it. I mean, I think we could all agree with that.
Yeah, and that was
being that he's nowhere to be found now, like it never happened, is kind of like disrespectful.
Yeah, and that was like right after Vince too. So they were like, let's get that off of him, and they got it off of him, and he wrestled Cena at WrestleMania, and that was it. That was his highest of high when he's still a young guy, super athletic, has charisma, has a personality. You love to hate him. Man, got booed here in Atlanta at his hometown, man. Like that's a good heel, and he's good in the ring. And you fumbled him this terribly, man. Even if you strip him a bit from what Vince had him doing, still a superstar.
We've been asking where he's been. Would anybody be opposed to him being Cena's final match?
Let's not. No.
Yeah, not after their Mania one. Like
that's not a
he's already beat him.
Yeah, and that's not enough promise to say like, hey, this is the person we're going to put the rocket on.
Okay.
And I just remembered Cena's promo for WrestleMania for that. He said something to the effect of like, say what?
He ate him up.
Yeah, but he said something to the point of like, it's what you do like after you face John Cena or something like that. He ended it with. And that just has like been in my mind ever since because there was nothing Austin Theory did like at post Cena when that match should have made him.
Yeah,
hell, Solo's doing better, and Solo that's the only person Solo beat in 2 years.
Yep.
So yeah, man, they dropped the ball with him, and I'm hoping they can repackage him, bring him back in. I think he's got a good gimmick still. He's promising. I feel like.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So now the next one is the repetitive conclusions to WWE's Monday Night Raw. Have they dropped the ball on the closings of WWE, or are they getting it right? Please extend this conversation, and I shall return.
I mean, Dion, we pretty much might as well make the whole episode about this at this point, right?
No, right?
You know, we might as well just make this the whole episode because it's just we talk about it all the time, even with the end of Raw and SmackDown, things like that. You have to be able to finish strong just as much as you start strong, you know, with these shows. You have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And the one thing people don't want to keep seeing is the same freaking kind of ending. It's like watching a show and before you're pretty much done with the episode, you know what's going to happen. It's like watching Law and Order as opposed to watching a show that you've never seen before, like Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? With Law and Order, you know they're going to go through an investigation. There's going to be a killer. There's going to be a bad guy. They're going to get to the investigation at the end. Like we don't want to go through that with wrestling. You know what I mean? We don't want to go through that with Raw and SmackDown every week, with it ending with the same thing that we see all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, like a show like that is procedural, man. I love SVU, but I know what I'm getting to. Like I know, like we're gonna wrap this up in a tight 50 minutes.
Right.
I know this. So, but for the endings to be like this, I don't know if I'm just a prisoner of being old. I think, but I feel like there was like an exciting end to every Raw back in the day. Where it's like you didn't know what was going to happen, or there was a return, or there was something to say like, okay, I got to tune in next week to see it. There's nothing about an ending. These have been some of the most boring endings of like just roll the credits. Let's stand in the ring. Let's point. Let's do this. Let's hold up a championship and let's go off and fade to black. I remember one Raw, they threw Paul Bearer down a sewer hole, man. So I'm like, that's how we end shows. In it. So I'm thinking about what are we gonna do next week? Because Raw used to be chaotic. Raw doesn't feel chaotic anymore.
We've ended shows where Stone Cold had Triple H and what did he have him in on a, what was that, like a tractor or something like that, where he lifted the car and he dropped.
We had him in the lift with the car, yeah.
And that pretty much capped it off. They're like, oh my God, he killed him, and you had to wait to see to next week what was going to happen next, or if Triple H was alive. Like there was
right? Triple H should be dead, like realistically.
Yeah, a couple times he should not have went.
But it just felt, it falls flat, and I know we can't get surprises every week, but Lord have mercy, man, you gotta. Again, that's us being greedy, Will. I'm just trying to make it even.
But again, you're doing you're booking stuff that should end and it's not ending. Like, even to Sendil's point, the Asuka, like, fucking hitting EO, that should have closed the show.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been the last thing that we saw. That's how you end off Monday Night Raw. Her Asuka versus Rhea should have been the main event. The miss to the eyes, fucking Asuka betraying EO, seeing EO crying on the ring side of the ring. That's what we should have ended Raw with. Not fucking watching main event Jay and LA Knight. That could have been a PLE match, and you build that up even further. It's like, y'all keep having dope ass shit that you go like, yo, why is this on the mid card time?
And it's like, y'all already, like, why are y'all playing here? Like, why are y'all playing in our face, man? Like, y'all know the women run this. Y'all need to open with them, or give them a bunch of good matches in the middle of the show, and let one of them close the show. You obviously know that, because Stephanie Vaquer easily, and Io Sky, because you're crowning a new champion, literally, and Stephanie Vaquer guarantees a win. You know, it's guarantee her a win there too.
Oh, it was the main event, so that's what ended the show.
No, what I'm saying is that it should. No, it should.
Monday Night Raw. No. I'm talking about Monday Night Raw. I think
the most recent one. I didn't watch it.
Asuka and Rhea was the main event.
So that's what they ended it off with, right?
They ended it off with that.
Okay, so they got that right. Do that.
They did. And what they didn't get right was the fact that there was no towel person to help poor Rhea. Not one freaking towel person. All the people you seen get misted in the face. Not one person was there with a towel. That poor girl was fending for herself.
She like a Navi after that.
Like a damn Smurf.
But it just felt like you just felt like something like something was gonna drop. Like the last shoe was gonna drop of the night. Like, yeah, they're standing here in triumph, but here comes somebody with a mask on or something, or here comes the lights go off and somebody's in the ring with them or scares them off. They don't even have to fight or anything. It's just we were always looking for that anticipating that thing at the end to say, okay, this is going to move us to next week. This was a great ending to Raw. It's been a long time, aside from this week, apparently, where you're like, oh, that was a good ending. Like, just ending chaos, maybe. Anything. Anything that would make JR flip a gasket is what you should be ending shows on. That's how you should end shows. Imagine JR. Let him call somebody a son of a bitch. That's where we're at.
That son of a bitch.
The last good ending to Raw that I had seen in a long time was probably getting through the journey to WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
Those Monday Night Raw endings were fire, and Friday nights every week. Hello, well, I don't want to like throw it in your face, Dion, but of course, you are the people's nightmare, so it's always conflicting. When the final boss and Cody Rhodes outside in the rain on the tour, but like you can't write that shit. You can't make that up.
And that's how you end the show.
That was cinematic shit. That was movie worthy shit. I go back on YouTube and still watch that segment over and over.
Get up, boy.
How damn good that was. It's perfect. Look at you now. Huh?
You trying to cut the cameras off? Fuck that.
Yo, he said, you think for one single solitary second that The Rock is going to let him talk his shit? This piece of trash.
See how good that was, man? That's a build to it.
The fact that it was raining, I was like, yo, what am I watching? Am I watching like like
it was a movie. It was a movie.
A movie like Righteous Kill or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
that's what we
so good.
Man, that's what we need. I'm so sick of the 5 weeks in a row of the same match closing the show. Like, don't get me wrong, like
all of them people on that damn roster, guys.
EO and them closing out the show, that's what was good. I was like, y'all made a smart decision doing that. That is the smartest decision y'all done. But it's like, yo, give us real endings. Give us something to want to come back to Monday Night Raw to.
For sure.
So
I don't want to keep going into every week like, let's see what bullshit they gonna pull off tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to look at it like that, man. I love watching this shit. I've loved watching it for such a long time. I don't want that to die down just because they want to keep throwing the same thing in my face every week.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, we got pay-per-views, well, PLEs, like every 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go fast-paced and chaotic, you can't, because there's no more slow building for certain things, right? So, I mean, just throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks, man. Let's do some stuff. Let's have some fun.
Yep. All right, the next one. The next mistake that has been happening in the Triple H era. Courtney finna love this. The men's tag team division. Throughout the last 3 years, Triple H has seemingly viewed the tag team division on both Raw and SmackDown as afterthoughts, with many of WWE's most talented pairs often being absent on premium live events, stuck with no real stories to work with, and rarely slotted into priority segments on TV. Triple H first tried to enhance both divisions on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown by removing the red and blue titles and introducing new gold. Unfortunately, the new titles were never accompanied by effective booking, with teams like the Motor City Machine Guns, Pretty Deadly, and American Made starting off strong and then quickly becoming talent that struggled to be featured on TV. Mm-hmm. At the very least, SmackDown has delivered some incredible tag team matches as of late, such as the 6-pack TLC match at SummerSlam and the Triple Threat TLC match, again following WrestleMania 40. However, Triple H has seemingly given up on Raw's tag team division, with the Judgment Day holding the belts for majority of the past 3 years and rarely defending them on a consistent basis.
Damn, Hunter.
Yeah. And I just want to give a shout out to Julian. I'm sorry if I say this name wrong. The Essler Sandro for writing this article on the 6 booking mistakes. Great work. I am quoting back and reciting from this article. But yes, thoughts on this?
Love Pretty Deadly, man. Where they at? Like, you got one of the best tag team divisions, and we can't get them featured. We can't get them all featured for those titles, man. We got to,
They couldn't even be one of the contenders for the Wyatt 6. I didn't even see them going up against in that case either. They weren't even in the tournament.
Nope.
Nothing like that.
They wasn't in that TLC match on SmackDown, I don't think.
Yeah, it's like it's not even just them. And he says one of them's hurt. But even before that, it's like you got the best tag team. You way miles ahead of Raw. Let's be honest. This is where it's at. You should feature it more. And they were at a point in time, honey, you probably know better than I do about how much they feature the tag team division on SmackDown, but compared to like our PLEs that we get, we don't see those boys.
No, not at all. And often, and even dating back into like their NXT days, like even if we didn't see Pretty Deadly out and about in a match in the ring, if we didn't, we saw them doing a segment backstage, or if not, we saw a vignette, like something hilarious. Like, give me some of that fashion police shit. You know what I mean? Like the way they did with Breeze Dango. Like give me that stuff, like, because they're definitely the ones that could pull that off, but they are also great in-ring workers. So why we're not highlighting them in this division is unreal. I mean, well, where is the division in this case anyway?
Yeah. So here's the reason why I got to this with the New Day, and why I said this isn't technically the New Day's fault of the ball dropping. It's because the tag division is crap and they're not focusing on it. And I think that's a really big problem when it comes to this, because it's like what you just said, honey, with the segments that they have, they're no longer doing that. And that's, I think, is a big problem that they're taking away, is because I've discussed this before. We're now more focused like AEW, where we're putting out a product and we're not focusing on character development.
Or storytelling in that case.
Not anymore, not as much as
because
before.
vignettes are just as much as part of the storytelling, and promos and stuff like that are just as much important as everything else when it comes to, having the whole package.
But because they're trying to be a sports, keyword leaning more on sports than entertainment, they're trying to make it more like that, like how AEW is doing, which I think is a wrong thing to do, because of the fact that you have characters that need those type of things. There are two examples of this that are on very opposite sides of the coin, but are dealing with the same issue. Folks like Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly would do great with a segment backstage or something like that they normally have, like you said, like the Fashion Police. Also to the point to where, because you're not focusing on that and you're not focusing on creative, you have people like the Wyatt Six who are taking a hurting. That requires a lot of storytelling, a lot of character development. But because you're now moving them around like just wrestlers, they don't get to have that. It's just them walking out in a scary gimmick. You don't even really see them show or showcase the VHSs no more, or really give them any type of segments that are boosting the character.
And that takes away the fun of it for me.
But it takes away from a lot of these people not becoming the same thing and really being able to get a shot on television. Because if you're going by everybody's regular personalities, what's the fun in this? We need an opposite from AEW. There are reasons why people watch AEW. All Out this weekend was incredible. It was way better than Wrestlepalooza. And they've now got it to a point to where I don't have to watch the weekly product to watch that, know what's going on, and enjoy it. But with WWE, I'm here for the story. I'm here for that. I'm here to see, how do we get to the PLE? Like how y'all did with CM Punk and Drew. It's like, y'all should be doing that with every storyline that's coming out here, even if it's one that is only going to get a 3-week shake. Let it be, it's remarkable that it elevates these characters. And you're not doing that with any of your people right now. You're definitely not doing that with the tag division. The fact that Finn Balor and them still have those titles and have not defended it within the last, 4 months says a lot. The fact that the War Raiders are pairing up with Penta to go face the New Day, who are also not going for the titles.
Yeah.
The fact that Penta hasn't had a title yet, and the fact that Finn Balor has not finished his story is beyond me.
There's a lot of stuff that y'all are not doing because you're trying to stick with a very straight edge product that you're trying to push out, rather than focus on what made this business great. And I think like what we've talked about and what's going to continue to happen with seeing these prices, dealing with these things, like, y'all are going to kill the heart of the wrestling industry if you keep doing this. You're going
that's how I felt over the weekend, Will. Like, that's how I legitimately felt. I was like, I don't know no more, man. Like, it feels different.
Yeah. So, and I think we got one more. For me, I feel like this was one of the biggest mistakes. Jimmy Uso's heel turn on his brother at WWE SummerSlam 2023. Did they drop the ball on Jimmy Uso's heel turn?
I don't think they dropped the ball on the heel turn. They dropped the ball on what happened and transpired after it. Because it ended up not necessarily being a whole heel run at the end of the day. After that, later on, he eventually reconciles with his brother and whatnot. They also didn't have a great match at WrestleMania 40. A lot of people were saying that match really wasn't what we felt it should be. Though the story was there, especially from when they entered at the Rumble at number 1 and number 2 that year. That made it really good. And by the time we got to 40, it just didn't have that same kind of anticipation, for it. But I wouldn't say they dropped the ball on the heel turn because I know what they were trying to do with it. It's just how they tried to execute it afterwards, and they basically just didn't touch upon it ever again and pretended like it was water under the bridge. But then again, when you think about it, that's technically a lot of family situations.
I don't know what the hell Honey smoked before she started this show, because she is just giving all the niceness right now. I don't even see how you don't see they dropped the ball with this heel turn.
I feel like they dropped the ball on his solo run more than his heel turn.
That's the heel turn.
Part of it. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Him being a heel.
That's part of it.
Yeah, we're not talking about like the 2023 incident. We know that's what started it, but the thing of him being a heel.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure. I didn't know we were talking about like also like Big Jim and stuff like that. Like I didn't think we were talking
about Jim's heel run in 2023. Did they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't what you on, honey. We'll talk later. Trying to get what you got.
Believe it or not, it's called deja vu.
Sativa. Don't answer that. Yeah, big ball drop. This could have been again. I'm going to keep bringing up the whole different side of the coin thing this episode, but this is another example where you have the rising Jey Uso to become the Yeet Man. This man could have been one of the biggest heels on SmackDown.
Yeah, he was getting booed. He was getting reactions. It was perfect.
It was there. Could you imagine him being the top heel and then Naomi flip? And you got both of them on SmackDown?
Yeah.
This was a mistake for me. Dion, any thoughts?
I mean, I think you said it perfectly. I was expecting a lot from that rivalry between he and Jay. I think we all were, just because of how long we've been through the Bloodline storyline. And for it to not sort of be what we thought it was, that was kind of disappointing. But we saw where Jay went with this way. You could have had Jimmy went the exact opposite way, which you started. And then, like Honey said, you're like, yeah, we just gonna slip this we're just gonna sweep this on the rug, and y'all make up and y'all go yeet together. You're selling no yeet t-shirts. You had a yeet shirt and a no yeet t-shirt.
I'm like, it's all here.
And that no yeet was fire. Like he was executing those promos really good. It gave me like
no yeet.
It gave me like Wild Samoan modernized version. Like, you know what I mean? And then Jay's the light, Jimmy's the dark. Like it was
exactly.
It was perfect.
You know what it was? My bad.
Red or blue?
No. I was just gonna say what Honey said. Like it was just a complete duality of both being twins, one to the light, one to the dark. You could have ran with that for a long time.
I'm gonna say it like this and piss a lot of people off. They said screw that, and then they gave that personality to Jacob Fatu. Because if Jimmy was not acting like that before Jacob got there. Yeah.
The silence is deafening.
Yeah. I just Brock Lesnar this thing.
I was about to say, I thought you just Brock Lesnar Dion because he was
that was no.
Nah, he the fan. That's what he was. He was a fan in the audience. But yeah, those were our blasphemous statements.
Nice twist on the segment, Councilman.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a fork in the road decision.
Oh shit!
We're at an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh damn! Already.
We are. Now we have a segment left, but you know what? No, I'm gonna do it like this. Never mind. We are gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it in a different way. We're gonna do this twice because it's time to get to Kayfabe Unreal. We're going in the writer's room. Dion got his hat backwards. He ready to write. All right. Honey look like if she's in the writer's room right now, like she had to go pick up the kids and didn't plan to go pick up the kids. And she just like, yo, can we get this shit over with? Can we?
Understandable.
No way.
My husband keeps texting me about what the fuck is cilantro. Like he ain't never seen it in his life before. I'm just ooh.
I can't.
Yeah, y'all. I'm here. Okay. Here though.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
See, she got so much stuff on her plate right now. She just be like, yeah, I'm just let's get this written as quickly as possible so I can go deal with everything at the house. Oh, and of course you don't know what the Tide Pods are right now. Of course.
I just gotta, gotta make sure the right polish is on the corner.
Hey, look, she texting him now. Did you look on top of the washing machine?
I'm not.
She's literally texting him as we speak. But today's Unreal. I'm gonna flip it a little bit, but we're gonna revisit it just like we're gonna revisit another one. We got a couple of projects we got to finish and wrap up. But this one is circling around the NXT TNA Invasion, which we also have found out that Invasion has been trademarked by the WWE. So, on tonight's Kayfabe Unreal, we're doing a two-parter of this. We're going to come up with the Invasion PLE for NXT and TNA, but not on this episode. On this episode, we're going to keep it short and simple with this one. NXT TNA War Games. Men and women's match. Who are we booking?
Oh.
Who would you like to start off with? Women or the men?
Let's do ladies first.
Oh, let's do ladies night.
The feelings.
All right, let me get comfortable like we in the writer's room. They've brought me my dinner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad to have y'all here. Don't want to keep y'all all evening. I know y'all got families to get to. And I know by the looks of it, honey's husband is bugging the shit out of her right now. So I won't keep y'all going.
I don't know how to turn that iPad off. That's not even... But yeah, sorry.
Well, I promise you, her and technology aren't never going to
It's
You
not
swear,
my
I swear she didn't grow up with us, man.
No, first of all, that's not my iPad, so I don't even know. Like, I can't even see. I have my shades on in the dark. I want to.
What's that beeping saying?
Why she's saying that like that's her, like that's an issue that she didn't cause. I can't see because I got my shades on and the lights are off. Take the shades off, honey, so you can fucking see.
Pretty easy solution, right?
They help me. It helps me focus.
She said that like there's nothing she could do right now about it. And there's nothing I got shades on and the lights are off. I can't see. Cut the light on and the shade. Take the shades off.
I turned it off.
I'm like, they ain't not holding you against your will. You can control. You can control every part of what you just said.
No.
I love it, bro. Hell, you are hilarious. All right. NXT TNA War Games Women's War Games match. Who are we putting in this War Games match?
I'll start with the.
So let's nominate one person.
TNA.
For NXT and TNA. Don't go down the whole list, honey. You nominate your first person for TNA and NXT. Who is your first select for both brands, Dion? Or would you like to wait and write down notes?
I've been writing already.
Hey, bro, no, you be shining when you got your notes. That's why I throw it out there like that. That ain't to knock you.
Man, I feel like this would be a great opportunity to get Masha Slamovich in there too.
Okay.
So she'd be my first one from TNA. from NXT. I'm trying to think like just what's up?
When you think of top 25 comments we had this year, Cindy. I tell you, Cindy and Sage are the MVP commenters. I'm letting
all the time.
Boza is our historian. We love everybody in here. Jeffrey's like the cousin. Jeffrey is like your cousin watching your stuff and he talking to you and stuff. That's what Jeffrey sent under. Boza work here. Boza is our
Boza's also here, so he doesn't get fined.
Yeah, you on the team. So you came in the clock in. It's like, oh, it's time to work. Let me get Google ready when they gonna ask something. All right. Masha Slamovich, then who's your NXT pick?
Let me put Lash Legend in there.
Okay. I'm not bad at either one of those. Honey, who are you picking?
I'm gonna put
that would be.
I'm gonna put Ash by Elegance, just for the hell of it, and that's for my TNA, and then for my NXT, I gotta go with Soruka.
Yeah, good pick. That was my next.
I gotta put Soruka in there. I need to see a Soul Snatcher from off that War Games contraption.
Okay. Dion, next contenders in both brands.
For TNA, you said Ash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Honey.
Yes, I did.
You can say that too, and then that could be one of the overall picks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you want to put Ash?
Yeah, I think she needs to be in there.
Okay, and your NXT person?
That's the thing. I feel like if we're taking titles away, we put JC Jane in there.
Cameron, that's who you pick?
Yeah.
All right.
She's had a pretty solid run, man. I've been impressed. I will admit, I've enjoyed it.
I'm not mad at that, and you can have them two as potential captains.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, your pick.
For shits and giggles, especially for a nice little face-off and reunion between her and her former tag partner, Mara Sade, formerly known as Dylan's favorite, one of the two Meta Girls. One of the two Meta Girls. You want to have her in there, face off maybe with Lash Legend. I think she would be a good addition to the grit and nitty gritty of the War Games match.
What's her new name? What's her new name now?
Mara Sade, I believe.
Okay.
Marasade.
Okay. And your NXT
formerly known as Miss Jakara Jackson.
Right.
For my NXT pick, I mean, she's pretty, but she fights dirty. Give me Blake Monroe.
Okay. Dion, your next pick.
Oh man, for TNA,
there's a few good ones in there.
There are, but here's the thing: like a few of them are former WWE talent and NXT talent. So I
think that's even better. Though.
So I'm looking at like Indy Hartwell.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping one of y'all said.
So let me put Indy there.
All right.
But see, you want some of those like legit, like not legit, but like original, I guess you could say. TNA names too here and there. Some younger, some people who haven't been featured fully, but no, I'm putting Indy there.
These are your choices, sir.
Yeah, I'll put Indy there. Okay, here's one where I think it'd be kind of weird. Putting Jordan Grace in there. She just wrapped up her TNA run not too long ago. There could be like some relationships there that she's conflicted with. Whose team you really on, sort of thing. So I'm putting Jordan Grace there.
All right. Honey, your pick.
I want to have some fun with my next picks. I'm going to pick Tasha Steelz for TNA. And then for NXT, I'm going to pick Tatum Paxley.
Okay.
I feel like she would relish in a War Games match.
All right. Dion, your fourth selection.
Oh, wow. Only 4 already?
Yep, you're on 4.
Who do I have? Indy first. Well, Indy recently. I don't want to say her name incorrectly. But she used to be in WWE. Looked like a Street Fighter character or a Mortal Kombat character.
Jaya Brookside.
Brookside?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not her name over here on TNA, though.
Is
it?
Jaya Brookside now.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have. Okay. Well, okay. We'll add her to it. Because Brookside's not on the end of her name here.
No, you're talking about Xia Li, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you kept saying.
Who's something? I didn't say Brookside.
Oh, she kept Honey kept saying. I'm like, Nia Brooks. I was like, but that ain't the one he's talking about. I don't think
that's her ring name.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's Li Ying Li now.
Yeah.
Oh well, that I didn't know.
we gonna call her Xia Li. So don't nobody.
That's how I remember her, Xia Li. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, special little nobodies? And I'm not too. I saw you in here earlier. Okay, and your NXT pick.
My NXT pick would be. Let's put Zarya in there. We got Ruka in there already too. So,
okay. Honey, your fourth selection.
Fourth selection. Let's do Rosemary for TNA.
That's a good one.
And I want to vet. I want to vet. So give me Candice LeRae.
All right. Dion, your fifth and final pick.
I guess since who's with Ash by Elegance? Heather, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like having teams in there sometimes too. So put Heather by Elegance in M2.
Okay.
I haven't saw Harley Hudson wrestle in a while. She's fun a few times I've seen her.
And NXT's choice?
Oh, yeah. NXT, I am going to go with what's Kalani Jordan up to? Let's put her in.
Not much these days, yeah.
All right. All right, honey, your fifth and final selections.
My final two is pretty simple and to the point. I'm putting Masha for TNA, Jordan Grace for NXT.
Okay. All right. So the people we do have that we know are common is Masha, Jordan Grace for NXT, and then I believe both of y'all selected Ash by Elegance.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So TNA already has 2 people. They need 3 more. I would like to propose something of some people y'all left out.
Okay.
I know you said teams, and I know you picked Heather. I think the inspiration should go in this match.
They're fun.
That's what yeah, okay.
No, don't jump on the bandwagon. No, you didn't choose it.
No.
Don't get in the car with me.
Can I explain why I was like,
no, don't get in the car with me.
I wasn't on board. I said,
you use your gut feelings, Dion. You use them.
I said, I thought about it, but then I kind of want to see some like original TNA talent, if that makes any sense. Not former names that we've seen before in WWE.
But that's what your majority is.
That was the hard thing to do about this. I'm sorry.
No, but again, that's what most of them are. Like I don't think you should pigeonhole yourself because of that.
Well, I just want them to get some shine too in War Games. You know, get introduced to some new TNA superstars.
And you are,
Dion. We don't got time for you to be switching up timelines and thinking of different scenarios that could possibly happen, like Doctor Strange.
All right, let's go ahead and get this.
We'll be here all night.
Let's go ahead and get this done then. Let's go.
It was like, I'm just trying to keep some originals, but you don't. But you don't say the one original that you should say, but you can't say.
Oh, ain't nobody gonna say that.
Right? You didn't mention Tessa Blanchard.
I wouldn't give it a spot where everybody jumps her.
Oh, but she's an original.
She is, though. She is.
Come on now, we know better than that.
Ah, look at that! Look. That's not rocket out the window. But are we in agreement with the inspiration?
I'm not gonna oppose that. I love them.
And they were also outside. They were shown during the invasion.
They sure were. I was like, can they just do it one more time? Can they just do it for me? Just the pose, like real quick. Can they just do it?
Now, as far as team goes, who's the last person that gets the TNA slot?
Who do we have in there so far?
We have Masha Slamovich, Ash by Elegance, and the Inspiration. We got one more. My vote is between Tasha Steelz and Indy Hartwell.
Didn't I say Indy? Did we say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey didn't say anything, but we got
okay.
I'm gonna go Indy. Yeah, would have to go Indy.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
All right. So the TNA women's team is Masha, Ash by Elegance, the Inspiration, and Indy Hartwell. Do we feel that's a good representation of TNA for this invasion for War Games?
I think so. I think we got the heavy hitters in there.
I think that's solid.
I do too, because you got the vet that is between Masha and Ash.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the champ. Masha is always popular and rising. Inspiration is good to have just because we want to see them.
And they're entertaining as hell.
Yeah, and Indy returning a whole different person at NXT and repping a new brand, I think just goes in, especially with being able to have the potential segments with Candice LeRae.
Yeah, bring back the way a little bit.
No, she say, fuck you. I don't fuck you.
She's so Dexter. I want a divorce.
Where your ass was at when they let me go?
Was it with me shooting in the gym?
Growing his dreads out.
Mm-hmm.
NXT. So far, we got Jordan Grace as the common denominator. I'll throw another. Y'all had Lash, JC James, Jordan Grace, Zarya, Kalani, Ruka, Blake Monroe, Tatum Paxley. Oh, Zarya was the common factor. I'm not gonna lie. I think Zarya and Ruka just have to be in this.
They do.
I feel like that just you can't have one without the other with these two right now. If I'm just being honest.
True.
So we have two more slots.
And who are in it already? We have Zarya, Sol Ruka, and Jordan Grace.
Mm-hmm. Now, the one name I will throw nobody said that I think you should have in this, Jada Parker.
For War Games. All right, I'll double that. I want to put Jada and Kehlani in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Or do you have somebody?
Say again? Do I have anybody else in mind?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was sort of staying away from Jordan, from Jada Parker, just because I was like, man, there needs to be an NXT championship in the future, but we got the NXT champion in there. It would be cool to see how they coexist too. So I think we talk about more of the infighting or the fighting between the teams, but the infighting is what sells War Games too.
Well, this was why I was going to make the suggestion. I would not put Kehlani in, and I would put in Jada Parker and Lash. Because they've been beefing, and now it's like we got to get along just so we could do this.
True.
Right there with that.
True. Got some friction going on in the cage while you're waiting for that countdown.
Yeah. Then that way you got 3 powerhouses, a high flyer, and a brawler.
I'm down.
Yeah.
So Jada Parker and Lash?
Sure. I'm mad at it.
All right, we got the women's. Now it's time for the men's.
Can I go first?
We already know you finna pick. So yeah, go ahead and go first.
Who am I finna pick?
Matt Cardona. Bro, what the fuck you finna say? Like
Matt Cardona and Javon Evans.
Come on, you finna say? What the fuck you finna say? Well, we already know. Miss first round draft pick to Smackdown.
Jeffrey, I did say Rosemary.
Yeah, I just don't know if Rosemary can handle all of the steel cage stuff.
Yeah, not now. Not with what we have booked already.
Yeah. Dion. I gotta look this roster up. You can say Mike Santana for TNA if you like.
Well, that's who I had down because I was going to put Matt Cardona too because, again, it was kind of dope to see him back.
Yeah, I feel like that's for all of us. Like,
yeah,
definitely going in there.
But yeah, Santana, and let's go ahead and get Oba in there.
Okay. All right. Your turn, honey.
Mustafa Ali and Joe Hendry.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Yo. Ooh. All right, Dion.
I got
Cindy, are you crazy? Huh?
This is a wishful thinking, and I'm gonna knock out 2 of them.
No pun intended. TNA knockout.
Matt and Jeff. I want them both.
Of course you do. War Games. You want a swanton off that top, off that top of that War Games cage? Huh?
I'm not mad at it.
Give me Matt and Jeff.
All right, then who over in NXT?
Put Ricky Saints in there.
Okay, the Saint, honey.
Leon Slater and Tavion Heights.
All right. Dion.
Just because I think it'll be funny. Elijah, formerly known as Elias, formerly known as Zeke. Him coming home. I think that would be kind of funny. Dang, man, do we? Ridge Holland did just, yeah, I'll put Ridge Holland in.
Interesting choice. Honey, your fourth selection.
We need Carnage, man. Oba and Moose.
All right. Your fourth pick, Dion?
I'll have Moose next for me, too. I'm going to put old Dango in there, man.
Oh, man. Not Dango.
Give me Dango, man.
You put in Dango, bruh.
They're gonna be singing this. They're gonna be singing this song, honey, and you know this. You put Dango in that cage.
I'll be singing along. I'll be singing right along.
He hasn't been Dango in years.
That boy gonna get squashed up in that War Games match.
Okay, no, not Dango. Give me Nick Nemeth. I think that'd be dope for him to come back for a War Games match.
That's fun.
Nemeth, all right. And then who's your NXT pick?
Did I use? I said Trick. Did I say Trick? Nobody said Trick, right?
Nope.
Let's put him in there.
Now, would he be considered NXT side or TNA side?
I mean, I still consider him NXT.
Okay. That's true because he's the outsider and they're all looking at him like, you know.
Yeah.
But he has the TNA title, so.
That's his pick. Honey, yours?
Well, my TNA pick would be Trick. My NXT would be Ricky Saint.
Okay.
You really think they're going to jump Trick in that cage once they get him in there?
Hey, nobody told him to pull his shenanigans.
Okay. So are we all in agreement that Matt Cardona is on the team?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I know that was one.
He's the number one draft pick. You have to put him on.
I don't know yours. I don't know who else's, but yours. Sure. Okay. We got Mike Santana, the Hardys, Elijah, Nick Nemeth, Mustafa Ali, Leon Slater, Moose. Oh, Moose was, I think, the common one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moose, yeah.
Okay. 3 more slots left.
Joe.
Joe is TNA or is he NXT?
Joe's still TNA, I consider. Well,
He's still TNA.
Yeah.
Is he?
I still put him as TNA.
We haven't seen him sign a contract or anything like that.
But he says constantly on NXT, and he's steadily talking about going after the NXT championship.
I mean, either way, I'm fine with Joe on it. But he would have.
Well, let's put a pin in him. Mike Santana.
Yes. I say yes.
Yeah.
So we got 2 slots left.
I'm not mad at your Nick Nemeth choice, Dion.
I like Nick Nemeth there. I'm not gonna front.
If I had to choose, I need somebody like with agile and versatile and also a little bit of flashiness and flying stuff. I was gonna say Mustafa, but if I had to choose between him or Nick Nemeth to fill in one of those spots,
Actually, if you tell me pick between them two,
because I kind of need Mustafa. Like
Mustafa been going ridiculous now. Because
and there's a reason why I want him in there. It's up to y'all though.
Dion, thoughts?
It's Dolph Ziggler coming back, man. That's Nick Neiman.
Come
I
on,
think
man. Mustafa and Javon Evans in the same damn War Games contraption. That's some beautiful TV right there.
And remember, we still got another slot. This is for the
well.
He wants the Hardys in there. That's what it is. You see it in his face. He wants the Hardys in there.
Which don't you?
I would not, but I feel like we're going a different route with this list that we're making so far.
Yeah, I don't want them in there. I'm sorry.
Missed opportunity.
Is it?
He's calling this Triple H.
Being a real hunter right now.
Oh no.
A real hunter right now.
Are we though?
Okay, put Mustafa.
We know what the people want to see.
Put Mustafa in there, and then we'll put the other slot for Ziggler. How about that?
You're not putting in like Moose or none of them in there. Like,
No, Moose already in here.
Oh, Moose
He's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Matt Cardona, Moose, Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali,
and Nick Niman. You know what? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I like that team. That's a very strong team.
Trying to see who else is on here. Oh, Rich Holland is actually on TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he showed up there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, he's officially signing them. He's on their roster.
Oh, he is.
And Trick Williams is technically on their roster too.
He's on the NXT roster too. Roster page too.
Trick and A.
Trick and A for real. So between Nick Nemeth and Leon Slater.
I think that'd be great for Leon Slater.
Yeah.
Which one y'all want to go with, Leon or Nick?
Leon Slater.
Same.
Because I'll be honest too, like if we decide to not decide, when we do like the PLE, War Games can be a part of that. But I would love to see a match between Hank and Tank and the Nimitz. I think that would just be fire.
That would be fun.
That would be so much fun. All right, so for TNA, we have Matt Cardona, Moose, Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali, Leon Slater. I think that's an incredible representation of NXT.
That's a sickening roster, like for the games match itself.
Yeah,
that's fire.
Now for NXT, Ricky Saints and Oba were the common denominator.
Yep, I need that.
Then we had Javon Evans.
Oh wow, none of us said Ethan Page, which is crazy.
None of y'all. So I was just about to say it. None of y'all brought up Ethan.
I just thought that he just came to my head just now. Shit. I mean, I need Javon in there.
Yeah.
You want Javon in there. Like
all right, we got two more slots left.
And who we have again?
Oba, Ricky, and Javon.
Oba, Ricky, Javon. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Josh Briggs should go in this.
He needs it.
I think you should do Josh Briggs and Wesley.
Oof. Where the hell?
Yeah, I was like, do we put Wesley in?
I think so because then you got two powerhouses, a flyer, a technician, and then
what about Tavion Heights? No, not yet. Okay, I get it.
Every time I see him, that's a but I think Wesley is a staple of NXT.
He is.
So do y'all want to put Wesley in?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then the final spot, like I said, I nominate Josh Briggs, but Tavion Heights is still on the table.
What about Sean Spears?
I'm not mad at it.
Only if he brings the perfect 10 gimmick back.
Nobody want to see him in that stupid vest anymore, Dion.
You know he's never gonna let it go.
Stop trying to ruin timelines, Dion.
Some great gimmicks. I don't know what y'all talking about.
It was a great gimmick, fantastic gimmick. The vest, not so great.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like I feel like Josh Briggs, man, is just that final piece.
We do need a big boy in there.
I mean, we got Oba.
But you need somebody to like rival that too, along with like the likes of like Moose.
I'm not mad at that though. At that pick.
Nah.
Okay. Then Josh Briggs it is. Josh.
That's a well-rounded team though.
It's a well-rounded team for NXT. All right, so just to recap, for our women's War Games match between TNA and NXT, we have TNA's Masha Slamovich, Ash by Elegance, The Inspiration, and Indy Hartwell taking on NXT's Jordan Grace, Zarya Zolruka, Jada Parker, and Lash Legend. Now, before we move on to the men, I just have to ask one thing. Who's the team captain on both teams? I think for drama on NXT, you make Jordan the team captain. Because I could just see Jada talking about, but wasn't you over there just a few months?
Especially with the TNA connection. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make her team captain.
Right. Okay. Jordan Grace, team captain.
And for TNA?
I mean, would you not take...
I don't see the sense in it being anybody else other than Masha.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to go with a gimmick where she thinks she's the captain or she thinks she's running shit and she's not, Ash by Elegance.
I will go Ash just because she's the champ.
And that too. Oh my
God. You know what? Co-captains, her and Masha. I can see Santino doing some stuff like that. But like, since you were both arguing, since you cannot decide, both of you are captain.
Mm-hmm.
Or he makes the Inspiration the captains. No.
I like it, but because of the other people we have on here.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, now I see that thing of them, thinking they the captains and they not. That would be funny.
I would have seen that more so for the Iconics gimmick than.
I wish they would be the.
God, I fucking miss them as the Iconics so much. I miss them so much. Oh, so good.
So who we picking?
I'm gonna go Ash.
Dion.
I mean, she is champion. I think that's an easy one.
Yeah.
For TNA at least.
Yeah. All right, and then for the men's War Games match, for TNA, we have Matt Cardona, Moose, Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali, Leon Slater. NXT, we have Oba Femi, Ricky Saints, Javon Evans, Wesley, and Josh Briggs. Who are the captain for TNA and NXT?
Can I vote for one for the TNA?
Yes.
Mike Santana.
I think so too.
I feel like he was like the one really leading the charge this past week too, you know.
I agree. I think that symbolizes y'all putting the strap on, the rocket on him and the championship eventually. And I think that just adds to that. All right, but for NXT, who is the
It's Oba.
It's Oba.
Who?
He's the champ.
All right, Oba
is the big man. It's the big back.
Yo, and you know what? Can I throw something in there to spice this up? Trick Williams as a special guest referee in the men's war game match.
Oh my God. And then where does your loyalty really lie?
Yep.
That's great. That's great. That's good shit right there.
I think that'd be so fucking dope.
That's good shit right there.
All right.
Ooh, what does that say, Boza? We got breaking news. Marigold has booked a match for October 26th. Mayu Iwatani versus Io Sky is official.
I thought they did. Ben announced it.
Io going back to Marigold? I didn't know that.
I thought I saw something about. No, maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. All right. So one more thing before we get out of here. Who wins? Who wins the women's War Games match? Who wins the men?
TNA in a sweep.
I'm going TNA for the men, NXT for the women.
I was just going to say the same thing. This is why we're tag champs.
Yes. I think the men should dominate on the men's side, but the women, it's like, yo, like.
It's too chaotic.
Yeah.
And plus, y'all know, man, y'all know what what promotion runs this damn division, not the right now.
Come on now. That's why NXT got to win on that one.
Literally building your women's roster like a factory for the last few years, decades.
Yeah, I got to go with that myself, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Dion looking like
Dion ready to kill over.
I think you're missing an opportunity, but all right.
he probably had a whole different setup going on because he was probably writing all these notes that was going to come up with all these different scenarios. Nope.
I didn't have it.
Wait.
It's just the way he's sitting. It's just that is the official way it looked like. Well, you want to miss opportunity.
And the hat's forward too.
Missing out on moments here.
Missing out, but hey, what do I know? That's where you want to go. That's how you know you feel that way when he turn the hat back around. Just okay. All right. Cool Dion not here no more. Just
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. My eyes are hurting too a little bit, but yeah.
Man, that's
brother.
Yeah. But that's wrapping up our episode, our 49th episode of
God
podcast, man. Yeah. That's why I said
we doing for 50th, guys.
Well, that's what we'll be discussing after this because I'm not playing this by myself.
Dion going to sleep.
My eyes open.
Yeah, Dion can close his eyes while he talk or cut the light off. Like we ain't gonna be filming no more, so he can cut the lights off and stuff. But yes, thank y'all so much for joining us on this episode of the Kayfabe Podcast. We do have the 50th episode coming up, and we are going to make sure that we have some fun for this one. But we appreciate y'all checking it out. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Make sure that you are subscribing to the YouTube channels of Women's Wrestling Talk, Will Ferrell, Wrestling with Honey, and All Star Fandom. If you like this type of content, make sure you're supporting our other content so we can keep this going. On behalf of the greatest trio on the internet, we thank y'all for y'all time. We hope y'all have a tremendous evening.